Hey guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of Lost Gaming. Alright, so we're literally picking up sort of where we left off. The only difference is that after running the dungeon again, I managed to clear up everything but these last two, so I figured why don't we go ahead and clear this dungeon out, and then we can head down to the bottom of the floor. I've actually gotten... some people would probably say that it wasn't as lucky, but I feel like I've been a lot luckier. I've gotten more of these bigger monsters than I have in the past, so that has allowed me to kind of just take on the monsters just sort of one at a time. I also went and got just sort of upgraded my healing items. Got recovery drinks instead of health potions. And it's just you'll also notice I've got Falmung instead of Black Rose. That was more because I read an email that I wasn't supposed to off camera, and I kind of locked out Black Rose from being accessible at the moment. However, Balmung has been very useful. So he starts off at level 60, and it's just been overall very useful to have him around. I'll show off the email that I'm talking about as soon as I get done here, but it was just an email that helps bring the story along a little bit farther, and we're not actually going to be using it for a while just because we are going to be going through all the side quests before we move on with the story, because we've got a lot. And I also wanted to show we've leveled up a lot through this. I mean, Kite started out at level 52 and now is at 58. It has just been really worth our time to...
No, we could make it.
Did not mean to do that. I mean, this has been a very profitable experience, and we're... Actually, now that we've finished all this, we will run to the end of the dungeon and we'll get to see a really cool scene that will actually lead to something really important for us. Something that, to me, is something that will last you till end game of quarantine, honestly. But when I was running this offline, or off camera, I got very few of those lich monsters, which I feel like is what made that run a little bit easier to handle. I mean, the charm confusion spells, they are just so dangerous. They're probably the most dangerous thing that you could, because they charm Black Rose, and before I even had a chance to get her out of it, she had already taken me down. And once that happened, they were able to kill off Wise Man, and then it was done. It was just a matter of time. Alright, now we are heading into the final room, and we should get our cutscene now.
That's... Skates? Wand? Bingo! Huh? Thank you?
Okay, so for those of you who played through Dot Hack Sign or watched Dot Hack Sign, that was a really cool moment to see. For those of us who didn't, that was kind of confusing. So as soon as we're completely done with cutscenes, I'll explain. Oh, there we go, Zora's blades. Actually, I thought we got those in the next cutscene. Okay, so what we just got are quite possibly one of the best weapons in the game, period. Attack goes up to 56, accuracy goes up, magic attack, magic accuracy, everything goes up. Here, the abilities are all non-elemental. And then there's this. And I don't know why, maybe it's just because I used it so much, but to me, it seemed like it was a death ability that triggered a lot more frequently than anything else. Alright, and plus, these look really cool. I've always been a fan of cars, and I mean, that's just really cool. And we might, I don't think it's triggered just yet, so we probably won't get to see it through here. But we'll take a quick run around, see if we can. There is one more cutscene that you can get only after you freed Zora from Skate's Wand. Okay, so to give you a little bit of backstory, at the end of Dot Hack Sign, Sora is working with Morgana to corrupt Aura. That's the long and short of it. He's joined up with her. He's helping her out, and then at the last minute, he and another character that I'll reference when it becomes a little bit more relevant to the story at the time. Anyway, when they both suddenly decide to betray Morgana and set Aura free, which is the state that she's in when infection starts. As punishment, Morgana summons Skaith, and Skaith imprisons Zora in his staff through a data drain. And it looks like the cutscene isn't going to trigger just yet, so it'll be something that I come back to later once we've passed the appropriate trigger for it to activate. But you do get one more cutscene with Zora, if I remember correctly. Alright, but for now I'm going to log out real quick. We'll see, and I'll show off that email that I read off camera that I meant for you guys to read and keep. It was from Wiseman. It was this no subject one right here, and this is just him saying that he thinks that our best course of action is to put a jamming program in a space where the cursed wave is believed to exist. That should slow the spread of the virus. But we're going to need Helba's help with that. And he gives us these keywords that will take us directly to NetSlum without having to go through all the stuff that we did last time. Okay, and with that, we've kind of hit all of the big stuff that I really wanted to get out of the way after last time when kinda failed. So why don't we go and start with the next round of Goblin Tag? And as I said last time, this is where Goblin Tag starts getting a little bit more ridiculous.
The honeybee's T stands for turbo.
You see, now we've got 3 of them. I don't think that they have got anything that's weird about their... I don't think they've got magical or physical tolerance. It's just there's 3 of them. And we're close enough we can hit him. Yeah, got him once. As you see, that was a pretty solid... These are pretty solid hits from... I mean, accuracy's pretty high. We're hitting... I mean, that just kind of devastated. I mean, to compare, we could probably hit a little bit easier with... Oh, no, because even though they normally get locked in place, they're moving fast enough now that they can get out of the single hit spells. So a quicker trigger spell, perhaps like Vakram might do a little better. Let's see. Yeah, but I mean, you see that did 7. There's the other problem. They can kind of heal each other. And it's... You see, I feel like this is a little bit harder just because they're a little bit faster. There's 3 of them. They can kind of work together. But overall, it's not that much more difficult. It's just a little bit more tedious. And then all we've got to do is get the last one. But with just him being the only one left, not really a whole lot he can do. With the speed charm, if you'll cut at him at an angle, most of the time you'll catch up to... Because at some point they'll turn, oftentimes they'll turn into your run. And there we go.
Happens twice, can happen 3 times.
And we've got the new goblin cap. So I mean, I think you can kind of guess what that does. You get all the pieces of the goblin equipment, equip them all at the same time, and you'll get a goblin attack ability. Alright, and after I drop that off into Elf's Haven, just to get it out of my inventory, because I don't want it sort of clogging me up right now, I remembered that when I lost my data, we lost all of the things that I had gotten from our Ryu books. So probably a good thing for us to do. Let's go ahead and we're going to unlock everything that we can again. And then I'm going to save it just in case it crashes again. But then we'll take the rest of this episode to look over our new backgrounds and our new music and just see what all we've gotten. I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot of extra grinding, so I'm not really expecting too much more than we got before. And some of these I know that we're not going to actually be able to get because I just got just enough to close them out last time. Alright. Alright, for the most part though, we've gotten a lot of stuff that we can check out. Alright, so now we're going to log out. Because of this episode will probably be a little shorter than before. Let's check out what's new on the board. I didn't actually think there would be a new trigger already. Okay, so now we've got the next goblin tag. Just there we go. So there's our new one, so we can go ahead and do that whenever we want. Let's go ahead and save this data first so I don't lose everything again. Alright, so let's start. We'll come all the way back here because we've actually got I think this is the one we're on. So now we've got Helba. It's nice, I kind of like that. Sanjuro. Really like that one. That one's always been a personal favorite. As is Gardenia. That one's really cool. I mean, that's just. Then we got Mistral. Kind of looks a little bit like a vampire with that tooth like that. And we've got a rough sketch of Mistral. I think I might leave it on that one just because. And then we got Black Rose. Yep, I'm going to leave it on this one just for now, just because I think that's funny. Alright, so, and we are on bonus track Tempest, so reversed capital. Which is not bad. We've got Carmina Gadalika. Grunty Ranch. First Form Kubia. Very ominous music. Really like this song. Alright, this next one is the one I think the game crashed on last time and caused me to lose all my data. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. It's the theme, it's Black Rose's theme from any cutscenes. Now we got Fort Oof. On Earthfield at noon. Wasteland Rain. Phase 4 Fidchel. And actually that's one we have not seen yet. And then the last one. I think just to give us something new. No, let's have something happy. We're going to have the Grunty Ranch music for for a little while. Just cause, I mean, that's... And you can't really access all of them, but if you ever want to watch some of the old cutscenes, you can just sort of come in here. They've got them all. Some of them are locked till the end of the disc. You've got to clear the game to watch it. Actually, you can see I've got a bunch of them that are locked. But I mean, it just lets you view cutscenes that you've watched in the past before. I don't think I've ever talked about that, but just something to bring up. So let's go ahead and save our data again. And with that, I think we'll call it a little early this time. And how about next week? We'll go ahead and take care of our second Goblin Tag event. Then let's we might just go ahead and raise the grunties before we do a side quest field, just so that we can see the new grunties that are available to us. Alright, until then, I'll see you guys next time.